Hi, I just wanted to do something today around the whole perimenopause thing because I think, um, though the heat is being turned up around menopause, excuse the metaphor, and there's a lot of attention on it, a lot of people saying you can do this and you can help with that and whatever. It's still a lot of stuff is being tested and researched. They're on the ball more in other places like the UK. The National Health Service have a great bioidentical setup there to help you with your hormones. So we're getting there and we will get there. In the meantime, the perimenopausal stage is not really spoken about that much, and it can be anything up from 5 to 10 years beforehand. It's just basically your body changing, it's just the ovarian reserve changes, and in that, your hormone changes. And if you have too much hormone change or too much fluctuation, you get what's called a hormone mismatch, and that can cause problems. And you can get severe PMT, you can get headaches, you can get like really bad cramping, pains in your joints, nervousness, anxiety. There's a list of things that are quite similar to menopause anyway. Menopause is when your cycle is stopped and it's consistently stopped for a full year, then they consider you in menopause. There is no definitive test as such for that to tell you when that is, but they can do a range of bloods with things like your FSH, um, which is your follicle levels, and see where you're at. Really, really important if you feel changes in your body, if the symptoms are escalating or getting in any way worse, that you have a chat with your doctor, you make sure you have your bloods done. Your bloods are done every 6 months, and you keep an eye on the differences in the hormone levels. Full hormone panel is really important, and FSH. And if you have any headaches or migraines or whatever, to make sure to get your prolactin checked as well. That would be an important one. So energy can dive, you can get a lot of tiredness. Something as simple as a bottle of liquid iron can make a huge difference to that. There's one on the market I like called Floridex, because it comes from a really natural source. It's very low dose iron and it's easy to absorb, because you just don't go take an iron and stay on it unless it's been diagnosed for you. But you could take something like a supplement for this 4 days prior to your cycle. Keep a diary, or put an app on your phone so you know when your cycle is, you know what the gaps are like. They might be shorter, they might be bigger as things change. You might have food cravings for different things. So the food cravings, if you look them up, will mean something else. So you might crave tomatoes or something like that, and then it's vitamin C your body's looking for. So just have a look at the links between what you're craving and what's going on there. I cannot stress this enough, but hydration is your friend. If you drink your water, it will help everything ease in your body and everything work better, including your hormones. It helps control body temperature, which is a big thing around having your cycle. So that is really, really important. You're not going to love me for this, but sugar is your enemy and fat is nearly your friend at this stage. And I'm talking about good fats. I'm talking about olive oil, avocados, salmon, fish, omega-3 oils. They're really, really good for keeping all the joints working and for keeping the inflammation down in your body. And inflammation is one of the big things that's caused when your hormones are changing. So it's really good for that. And then the sugar just aggravates it. Sugar is like putting a match to the flame, basically. And unfortunately, that's what we crave. You know, particularly when we have PMT, we're all about the sugar and feeling better, and because we get an instant hit from it. But it's actually one of the worst things we could do for ourselves. Still have something sweet if you can, but just try not overdo the sugar or whatever, because it's going to complicate things. And if you can come off sugar or off chocolate or whatever, it may well be worth it. If your symptoms are bad enough, it can be an absolute game changer when it comes to your symptoms. It can pretty much alleviate nearly everything. I've seen it happen over and over again with people who've given up chocolate, sweets, sugar, biscuits, crisps, all that sort of stuff. Junk food basically, but mostly sugar based ones. I know the crisps are salt based, but the salt in it, a couple of spoonfuls of salt in it will cause inflammation as well and fluid retention. So you're trying to bring everything down. If you suffer from PMT and you get really crampy, There's a brilliant product on the market that's a mix of starflower oil and evening primrose oil. Now, I've seen Seven Seas do it. I don't normally give the brands, but I am in this case because I think the more help we can give people, the better. Seven Seas do it. I've seen it done. The Tesco had one, in one of their generic brands as well. I found that the Seven Seas one absolutely brilliant. And when I took it initially, I was like, why hasn't anyone told me about this before now? Like, it just wiped out a lot of the symptoms that I was going through every month. So that's been really, really huge. Alcohol, unfortunately, was another thing that just aggravated it, just made it worse. So I just said, look, I would still have a glass of wine every so often. I might have a beer, I might have a vodka, but like, I probably in a week be 3 or 4 drinks, and that doesn't suit everybody, and it won't suit you if you have a social life where you're starting to go back out now and have a life and that revolves around drink. But just really mind yourself around it, because it really will aggravate whatever's going on. And this is just a period of time where we've got away with whatever we've got away with up until this, be it whatever we've eaten or whatever we've done. And now we have to put up a fight, and it's so important to put a fight up for our health, for a better way for our body to deal with hormones and our system to deal with hormones and regulate. And regulating insulin is one of the quickest ways to help with that. Something like a B6 can be really good around anxiety, but you don't take B6 or B12 or whatever on their own. You take them in a complex. So you get a B complex, and then you can take up to 50 milligrams with a B6. Very hard to get the B6 and the 50 milligrams in the Republic, so you might have to just add them in yourself with your B complex, or even start with 30 milligrams and your B complex. But just take it in that. So that's really, really important. I found that really, really good. Now, if you are getting restless legs at nighttime, or you really get cramping at nighttime and you can't sleep, a magnesium tablet can be brilliant. So a really low dose magnesium supplement that you can buy over the counter. I am not doing medical stuff here. I am just telling you what's available over the counter that can really help you and make things better. So all of those things are really, really important. Now, listen to your body. There'll be days where you just cannot do the workout or the walk or the whatever. It's just too aggressive on your body. It's too abrasive. So fine, have a rest. Do a few yoga stretches if you can. Get into water and immerse yourself. If you have a bath, go in up to your neck. Water will immediately take all the tension out of your cells and out of your muscle tissue or whatever, and it's amazing. And now I would say around your cycle, be very careful with things like Epsom salts or whatever. You don't want to pull too much or extract too much out of the body, but just a small amount of an Epsom salt in a bath can be absolutely fantastic, and it will really relax you. So I hope all of that has helped you. Being fitter, obviously, and watching your weight is really, really important as well, as going to help you. And it just all feels like a big job, but I can promise you every single thing you do that's good, there'll be a payoff for. And you mightn't see the payoff instantly. That might take time, but you will get a payoff for it, and that will be invaluable in terms of your hormones. And I have seen, honestly, huge differences with people who have made that decision to change their lifestyle because they're sick of having this life every month for 3-5 days where they can't do anything, they can't function properly, the speech is gone, their memory doesn't work properly, they're parking their car backwards, they're sleepy, tired, aggressive, so many different symptoms or whatever. And it's just about trying to look at that and say, okay, this is normal in the state I'm in now, so how can I change my state? And how can I do that with the support of my GP and make sure that you are keeping an eye on things so there's nothing else going on. If you have got to a certain age, late 30s, early 40s, whatever, I'd even say late 30s, and you haven't been to a gynae ever, then you book in and you get checked. Just get everything checked out. It is not something you like doing or whatever, but it's over with so quick and it's invaluable. And then anyone who's in the later years, like from 50 plus, you will get called for smears or whatever. Please, please, please do not go. We are one of the privileged countries that has this service, And I know there's been a lot of controversy around it and they haven't got it right and whatever, but we still have this offered to us right now. So please take it, and please go and do your breast checks as well. Very, very important. If you're not sure about anything, you go to your GP. If your GP is not listening, raise your voice. I'm not saying shout at your GP, but just be louder about how your concerns are, or what your concerns are. And if you really feel that you're not being listened to, get your bloods done and go and take them somewhere else, and go and find someone that will listen to you, because this is going to be a journey that you're going to need the support of a good GP or a good holistic practitioner behind you. Don't get me wrong, this isn't everybody, and it's not. I'm not trying to scare the bejesus out of people about their hormones either. Some people sail through it, don't have a bother with perimenopause, don't have any issues with menopause. And if that's you, I couldn't be happier. That's fantastic. And it does happen. It's unfortunately in the lower percentages. And the women that present to me in the clinic, or that I would do consultations with around getting healthy and eating well and their exercise and all the rest, are doing it predominantly because their hormones are changing and their energy has changed. They're tired. They're fed up being tired. They're fed up looking the way they do. Their body is not shifting weight the way it used to. They're not able to move the way they used to. They have stiffness or whatever, and they just want a different quality of life and a better quality of life. So they come on board for that. Now I know even things like the body brushing is a great help with circulation or whatever, if you do have that tiredness in your legs. And I know we're sold out of them at the moment on the website, but I'll try and get some more in. There is a food plan on the website that is available, and that is around eating healthy and balancing everything, and that will work for you. If you need anything more detailed around perimenopause, I'm very happy to write one up for you, and we can do a consultation in that regard. However, that's not what this is about. I'm telling you that's available to you, but this is just about you having access to whatever information I have that I can give you that can help you right now. So I hope this has helped. Just leave your comments below if there's one thing in particular that maybe you tried and you thought was good, or something that you felt that, or anything that resonated with you about this, because it will help if other people can see that they're not in this on their own, and that there's thousands and thousands of people who go through this all the time, and that it is okay, because you will come out the other side of it. So mind yourself for now, and I hope this has been helpful. Thanks, guys.